Millennials, this is a video for you. I recently spoke to a great group of millennials in Manchester in the UK, and many of them were involved in the tech world. The whole theme of the talk was, how do I do a digital detox? I'm inundated with digital time, my mobile devices, being online. I'm just overwhelmed with this digital input. How do I maintain a balance in my life? I hear that often wherever I go, but especially from the millennial generation, as you've grown up with all these devices all your life. So you don't even remember what life was pre-digital device, okay? I'm gonna give you a few tips today to help you do a digital detox. I don't consider the detox part cutting things out of your life. I consider it finding balance. Let's look at 5 ways where you can achieve digital balance in your life. Here we go. The first thing we want to do is get real and gain perspective. How are you using your devices? Do you use them to avoid relationships with other people? I've done that. Do you use your devices as a crutch? Do you use them in exclusion of other activities in your life? I've done that. I'm guilty of that. What about children? If you have a child, are you so on your phone that you're ignoring your child? I saw that recently in a coffee house, and the young girl, the child, became more and more upset. The more her mom was scrolling through the iPhone at the end of the day, the child became more and more upset. We have tendencies to do these things, and if it gets out of hand, we can even be addicted. So the idea is to get real. See how you're using your device. Are you using it as a tool, or are you using it as a crutch? Are you using it as a way to avoid relationship, almost as escapism? The reason you want to get real and look at that is because once you get real about how you use your device, then you gain perspective, you have awareness, and you're going to have a healthier approach to how you're using just the tool. This is just a tool. How are you using your tool? That's step number 1. Step number 2, learn about your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is this long nerve in your body that goes all the way up to your brain. It goes down to the throat. It wraps around the heart. It goes to the lungs, to your digestive area, stomach, all the way down to the intestines. So it's a long nerve, and it informs your experience of life in many, many ways. If we are on digital overload, it starts to feel frenetic, and this is affecting the vagal nerve. When you tone the vagal nerve, and when you learn the practices that tone the vagal nerve, it's going to help you clear out. You're going to feel more balanced. You're going to feel calmer. So activities that support healthy vagus tone, healthy vagus, vagal or vagus, same thing, nerve, would include exercise, move, get up. So if you're seated too long with your digital device, it's going to affect your health. The cumulative effect of that is not going to be good. Let's get up, move, and that's going to help tone the vagal nerve. Singing helps tone the vagal or vagus nerve. That's pretty amazing. Taking a sauna and then jumping in cold water, that affects the vagal nerve. Guess what else? Laughter and being in relationship with other people. So if you're avoiding relationship with your digital device, set it down. Say, this is my time. It's the end of the evening. It's evening time, which, by the way, is made for socialization. It's made to be in relationship, according to the great teachings of yoga. Put the device down, laugh with people, be in relationship with the others, and that's going to help you get the feeling of, phew, I have some time away from my digital device and I feel more balanced. Number 3, zoom out and get a big picture. When we're locked in with our digital device, with our eyes, and we're close to our screen, that's affecting a part of our brain that's very detail-oriented. It's a very tracking part of our brain. We want to have the brain come into its full functional capacity. So when we zoom out and see a bigger picture landscape, that also uses another part of our brain that we want to keep active and keep functioning. Take those moments to step away, to zoom out, to gaze at the horizon, to see the world around you, to utilize your peripheral vision, do a big, big, big zoom out. You'll retain the ability to zoom in, but you also are going to use more brain capacity when you zoom out and zoom back in. Do it often. Number 4, develop and then model healthy relationships with your device. When we get in an office setting, we often feel obligated or pressured to do as the herd does. You don't need to do that. And how is normal really working out for our world? Not so well, right? So be the person that comes into your office. Be bold and say, okay, I'm going to spend this much of the time doing my email. Maybe it's a certain time frame during the day, and then the remainder of your day is truly left for creative projects rather than obsessing about the email, who's coming in, who's going with the email. If your mind knows I have a certain time for email, that's what it's relegated to, and then your mind says, okay, now I get to focus on the really creative projects. Or it could be as simple as saying, you know what, you're going out to lunch with colleagues, you're going to take a moment, let's have a digital-free lunch, let's leave our smartphones behind, and after lunch, let's take a walk and let's breathe and let's oxygenate the brain, let's oxygenate the body. So model these healthy relationships in your workplace, and yeah, do the non-normal because it's not working out so well. Tip number 5, how do we clear the mental cache? You clear the mental cache through meditation. It's amazing. 15 minutes at the start of the day, 15 minutes at the end of the day. Bookend your days with meditation. You clear out the mental cache and it feels so good. On average, it's scientifically proven that the brains of people who meditate are 7 years younger in terms of function, in other words, more highly functional than the brains of people who don't meditate. So that's pretty exciting. Now, if you're 20, you may not want to go to your 13-year-old brain just yet, but if you develop the practice of meditation, it's going to be such a boon for you as you continue to age. It's catching on like crazy. Develop that habit now. You're going to clear out of the digital overload. You're going to feel more balanced. And you're going to be able to relate better to yourself and to others in the world. You're going to respond rather than react.